Welcome back, people, to Kodiak Tips and Tricks Part 3. Yesterday I discovered something very useful, or a warning to you guys who have a Kodiak. I had this dongle here and I missed this 12 volt port here. Nothing was attached to it. I missed this 12 volt port here and I accidentally touched one of these camp base LED ports. And a spark rang out, shut the Kodiak down. I was unable to power it up even though the battery was fully charged. So, worried that I killed the Kodiak, I went to reset it with your standard adapter. I had to find a 120 volt outlet somewhere, had to drive somewhere, find the outlet, reset it. And all you do is just connect the adapter, one to the base port LED and one to the wall, 120 volt wall socket. So if you're out boondocking, if you're out in the desert, you can't do that if you don't have access to another source that puts out 120 volts. So Kodiak actually has a cable called the Predator cable, which allows you to reset your Kodiak. It's a plug that goes into the base camp port and it goes into the standard charge port here. So they actually have their own cable for $19.99 that you can purchase from their website, or you can call them. And that's what I did. And I have a cable here in about 3 days. So, because I don't want to find myself somewhere where I can't use a 120 volt outlet. So that's a tip for you guys. Also, if you guys know what this is, it's a battery booster or a jump starter. This is the RG 1000. The requirements on this is 12.6 volts. And as you know, the Kodiak only puts out max 12.7. Most times I only get 12.5. So the Kodiak will not charge this with the 12 volt adapters. It may charge, if the battery is fully charged, you may get a few minutes, but then it's gonna it's not gonna work anymore because it's below the requirement for this thing that requires. And I'm sure others are similar specs probably require the same 12.6 volts. Anyways, the workaround is just plug it into your 120 volt adapter. Unfortunately, you got to run the Kodiak, you got to run the inverter, and the fan runs, so you're using about 14 extra watts, even though this thing only takes about 5 watts, no more than 10 watts to charge. But now you're running 25 watts to charge this because the Kodiak doesn't put out enough volts via the 12 volt plug. As opposed to your vehicle, that port puts out like 12.8 at rest and 13.7 when the car is powered on. At least mine does. So I get 13.7 and 12.8. So I'm always meeting the requirements for this on the car, but the Kodiak, not so. So that's the tips and tricks for you guys that I learned. Valuable lessons. Also, don't touch these ports either with anything metal. Keys, a screw, anything metal, a dongle. If it's just straight metal, it's gonna spark and it's gonna shut your Kodiak down until you reset it. And the reason why it doesn't do it on the adapter plug, because it's coated with plastic on the tip here. That's why it doesn't. Because I was wondering how come this doesn't short out when I plug it in here, but that's why it's coated with plastic, so it doesn't short, and you don't have a spark, and you go down into safety mode. So that's my tips and tricks number 3. I'm sure I don't think there's going to be a number 4, but if there is, I'll let you guys know if I discover anything else. But I've had this Kodiak for 2 years now. I think I discovered all the issues that it may have and the capabilities of the Kodiak. If you have any questions, holler back. I'm out. Lean with it.